Of 75. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm here with the host for Financial Fitness Friday, Dave. Dave, what's going on, man?
Jonathan, I'm good, buddy. How are you, my man?
Good, good. Hey, what I want to really go over today is finishing out the year strong. Like, I can't believe it's September already, you know? And it's crazy to think that it feels like yesterday we were talking about planning out for the year, seeing, how to map out your goals, how to strategically hit your goals, right? And one of the things that we said is, hey, check in. If you're not checking in monthly, you should at least check in quarterly, right? So we are at the last quarter of the year. Have you been tracking your goals? Where are you in relation to those goals, right? And what is your plan? Like, if you're past them, did you raise the bar for the end of the year goals, right? Because I think that's super important. It's great to smash the original goal, but if you are that far ahead at this point, it's time to come up with a new Q4 goal, right? And if you're behind, how are you going to make up that pace, right? What are some of the things that you can do? Dave, want to get your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think one of the major things that anybody could do is just create motion in general, and it doesn't have to be financially. It's just do something. People get stuck in that rut doing the same thing all the time. You and I were just saying something right when you hit the start button, like 75 hard. We beat it to death. We get it, but it works. It
Yep.
works. It creates momentum. It gives you the capacity to get laser focused. It puts down structure, right? That's the first half of the battle into accomplishing anything is getting your whole mindset, getting your habits in check, okay, getting your discipline in order. You got to start somewhere. And I think, and I know you and I have talked about this before, the best advice I've ever gotten to when, if you're feeling stagnant, is to number one, just do something. But number two, the second best piece was because of lifting and that commonality that I have with that person. It's, hey, go get uncomfortable, go to a different gym, spend the $10, go somewhere else. You don't know where the weights are in the rack. You don't know this machine like that you lift all the time with, if they even have it at that place. You know nobody at that place. Go drive 30 minutes away, right? You're creating that a habit that you have every day, but now you're creating some uncomfortability behind it, right? So taking it down a notch away from the financial, you need that baseline just to start creating something to get to that financial.
Yep. I like that. And I'll add to that. I think it's if you are behind your goals, I think it's time for real self awareness and self assessment. Okay. Um, and it's analyzing what you didn't do right, what what you could do better, what can be improved, and why you are behind pace. If you crush your goals, I think same thing. So it's about being self-aware. Why did you crush your goals? What did you do great that caused that? How can you do more of that? And what can you improve upon? Right now, the self-awareness part, I think, is the key because if you are not in a certain place or you're not hitting your goals, is it because of work? Is it because of the economy? Is it because of maybe technology or process? And I would really venture to say that most people that are not where they want to be, okay, it's probably based on effort. Okay, it's probably based on effort. There's two things that you can control every day is attitude and effort. Effort, right? And if you are way behind on your goals, um, it's it's time to actually take a step back and figure out why and what you can do to improve that. I'll give you personal examples. Okay, the first half of this year, I got tied up with a very large financing program. Took a lot of time away. I'm hoping that that pays dividends, big dividends, in the long run, and I think it will. I was also tied up with closing up a bad investment, right, and essentially getting that bad investment zeroed out. And now I have more time to focus. In addition to that, I had we had two very weak months followed by very good months. All right, so there were 2 months in this year that we didn't my firm as a team did not hit what we needed to. And I found that it was probably based on attitude and effort. And you know what? At the end of the day, it starts at the top. It starts with me. So I had to take a real self-assessment, okay, and figure out, hey, how do we absolutely crush these goals moving forward? What needs to get improved? And so I actually changed a meeting structure. Okay. So I use Traction and EOS. I think it's great. I think it works very well. Um, it holds people accountable and it helps you map out and track those goals. But one of the meetings that I changed, and I recently did this, was all right, guys. We have two, let's say, senior level meetings a week. Shouldn't be more than 15, 20 minutes each meeting. One is a Traction meeting. The other one is I want people to bring up a topic, okay? Bring up a topic that we can do better, that we can improve on, or where there's a problem or bottleneck. And I will tell you that it's very, very valuable to have such a meeting like that, a very raw meeting. Now, some of you guys that aren't operators totally get it, okay? Totally get it. But these are all things you can take to your team or to your office and see how things improve. And I got this from reading Your Next Five Moves by Patrick Bet-David. Great book. Like really, really good book. And it's kind of crazy seeing it from other people's perspective on your team. Like, hey, what's lacking? What can we fix? And then having a group think tank on the solutions that are going to, take precedent is a really, really, really awesome feeling. And so far it's very early, way too early to tell, but I would say that is something I would highly recommend incorporating if you are an operator and you do have a senior level team with you.
Yeah, a little bit to add to that when you were saying what people lack. I'd add extreme focus too. If you're not completely obsessed or attached in or vetted in, your phone goes off, you want to get an email out right away, that stuff can wait, man. You're not laser focused on your task. And I think people, it's not that they lack attention, they lack extreme focus too. But as far as you talking about meetings, like, yeah, that's critical, man. We do a partners one every day. And the reason we do it's real quick. We do it mainly to hit our numbers, right? Like where are we at so far? What did we do yesterday? Right. So we have our little acronym SAL that we hit on, and, we just follow up on that daily. Okay. And look to get better and build upon that every day. So that way we know if there is a shortage or if something's not growing from there. Okay. How do we readjust? What's next when we do the whole sales training or deal with everybody else? Right. So that's us. It keeps our metrics going. And if we're not all together, right, like in the office that day or at all, because a lot of people are remote these days, then at least we get to see some faces, get our morning started right, and then get off on that right foot. So at least partners, man, we meet for like 15 minutes every day. Hey, where are we at? What do we got to do? Let's get after it. Let's go. No bullshit. Keep it going. Not here for fucking happy hour or any of that bullshit or, whatever happened on the game last night. No, this is where we're at. This is what we need to do. Let's get after it.
Yeah.
And that open door policy, like with your team, man, that a lot of people make that mistake, man. They lead from the top down. You know what I mean? You should lead from the bottom up. Hey, what are you guys seeing? What do you need? What can we improve on? Oh, I didn't like how this goes. So why don't we try this? Okay. If it makes sense, let's do it. All about that culture, baby.
It is. And I will say that's a challenging part of having a remote team. Like I'll tell you, the last 4 years, the majority of my team was remote. Now I'm building internally because like remote is great, and it has its advantages, but it also it is very, very hard to build the right type of culture.
Absolutely.
And it's very hard to get all the people rowing at the same time in the same direction. Okay. Sometimes it feels like herding cats. However, when you have people that are working and in the trenches with you, they see that you're not going to quit on them. They see how hard you work. They see what time you get in. They see what time you leave. They see everything. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then they also, the biggest part of this is they can learn from you, right? They're going to learn not just by asking questions, but hearing and watching how you do everything. Okay. And that in and of itself is so much more valuable. All right. So I'm going to tell you, like, that's a big deal, guys. All right. These little adjustments that you can make working on the business, not in the business. Okay. It's crucial for you guys hitting your goals and finishing the year strong. So listen, I hope this helped you guys. Please share this. That's all I ask. Share, comment. I think we do a decent job, right? A pretty good job. All we ask is that you get this to more people. All right, Dave, appreciate you popping on.
Appreciate you.
We will catch you on Mindset Monday, and Dave's going to have a hell of a topic.
Be great, y'all.